I started yoga when I was 40 years old because I was so stressful. And then here with a little book, I didn't even have a class. With a little book, this lady wrote, and she's an artist also. It wasn't even picture, it was just her drawing. And then I followed, and then whatever she said, it all came true. I have a great experience of teaching, and then I saw all kind of people, and then people, they make them realize neglecting, not doing exercise is the worst thing you can do for your body, and especially when you have stress. So stress management is by breathing, and the exercise is for managing your body. My name is actually, Korean name is Youngja Park. Youngja Kim, actually. Kim was my maiden name. When I married my husband, he's Park, P-A-R-K, so I became Mrs. Park. Anyway, how do I get Catherine? I always adored reading books, and I would like to be Catherine if I have a chance to pick. So I picked Catherine with a C.
My mother, she's very, has like a big heart and is very curious and very creative. And I think, we experienced that growing up. She would get ideas in her head and she'd make us, move forward on her ideas. She told us a lot of stories about the Korean culture. Mostly because there weren't any Koreans here back then. Like when I went to elementary school, I think there were like 2 Korean adoptees and me, and that was it. So she would always try to introduce the culture, not to just me, but to the whole community. One of her greatest, giving aspect of my mother was just to educate and inform the community about South Korea. She's always been really creative. Like she used to sew a lot, she used to do embroidery, and then she started taking some art classes at the community college. She was doing ceramics, so she's building all these pots and bowls and things like that. And then she was painting on them. I feel like it may have started with painting, and I think the thing about my mother is like she's kind of like a visionary, when it comes to things, because she's like, oh, I'm going to start this art project, but I'm going to create a community for Asian art so that people can learn, or we can get together, we can share resources, we can get speakers. And so, then she started teaching, I think, Asian art, with the paintbrushes. And then the whole thing happened again. She's like, I'm going to teach this at a community education. I'm going to spread the word and let everyone know that this is available.
I entered the national show. My very first one, I entered the national show. In 1985, when I sold my business, I was kind of lost. It was a lonely time. What am I going to do? Of course, I'll go back to art because I was already doing art in college. At that time, I was doing lots of drawing, and the watercolor was my main media. Then, 1987, I met this Chinese teacher, Lak Tak. He passed away now. He's a most famous horse painter in China. If he's most famous in China, then he's world famous. I owned one of his art. Asian art, I already knew. We grew up with it, but I did not train for. but I loved it. It's just almost the same as a watercolor, but it's a little mindfulness and breathing, very meditative. So that's I got drawn into. And then I formed 1988, me and several people in Rochester, we formed Asian chapter in Minnesota called Ming Chao. Ming Chao means Eastern Western Bridge. So this art makes a kind of a connecting with the cultural.
I think she's still, in a way, trying to find herself, even at 80 years old. She's like, okay, I do yoga, I do painting, I do, meditation, but she's still trying to find out what it is that what is she here to contribute to the world.
It's a new life. Really, retirement is your second life, second chance. Now be yourself. Always go for what you always wanted to do, right? Jot down what you wanted to do and do it. And don't think about, what other people think. That's their problem. Do it. And you're gonna be alive again.
It's an inspiring world right now, maybe because of technology or all the things that are more available. And we're just gonna keep going. And I think my mother always would tell us the world is your oyster. You don't have to limit yourself in a box. There's other ways to make money, be happy, be successful, find joy. You don't just have to work 9 to 5. You find something outside of that. You just work during the day to get your health insurance and your income, but find what gives you joy.
That's why I love to teach, because I see just wonder of people, how they can do it.